All right, game four, JDG looking dominant. And they get Scion for themselves again. We'll see if we get another red Scion strategy here where they dive the bot lane. It looks like they will. They're going to go for the winning Bush ward here. They're going to go try to get this priority for themselves. This is a winning ward for your 2v2. It helps you play aggressively in this matchup, even though you have Aphelios. What they're going to do is try to break this Xayah Rakan stranglehold on this lane. We'll see if they opt for the Scion play. Now, optimal game theory suggests that you shouldn't do it every single time. That being said, this is probably one of the best times to do it. With Xayah Rakan needing to express their advantage in this lane, if they can't, then Aphelios will be able to take over this game. They also have the Jayce and Maokai to play inside out. Very, very good sieging champions. Compare that to Vi Sylas, though. Sylas will be able to steal the Maokai ultimate, and then Vi paired with Sylas will become a hard engage composition. Also, Vi will be able to go for Q flash into Jayce, and if they can ever get it, then it'll be back breaking for them. Something I don't actually know the interaction if Vi Q flashes and Jayce already has E cast on them. I imagine they get hit, but I'm not certain. If you know, please let me know in the comments. Sylas taking early HP. Now, this is something that you have to do into these range matchups. You basically trade your HP bar for minions. You just keep on getting that CS up, and then you use your sustain off of the W. But right now, with the E, it means that they've got the push, and Jayce is going to be able to control the narrative for level 2, and will have a huge advantage up here. Now, Thresh using the flame means that Rakan has the green light to go forward. Now, Q being used by Xayah, this is a mistake. That means they have no cooldowns. They've got nothing left. Aphelios is going to be feeling very strong with red and green guns here. I do not like it when Xayah Rakan start with Q on the Xayah, because you're missing out on so much additional damage. They may have been afraid of a Scion coming into this bot lane. What I was talking about with optimal game theory, you want a decent split, and for argument's sake, we'll talk about 60-30-10, where 60% of the time you're doing the most efficient tactic available, right? Meta. 30% you're doing something that is also very strong or counter meta, and then 10% of the time you're doing something that is unpredictable, that is good specifically against the first two things. You have to keep that ratio more or less to be able to profit off of enemy team doing meta things, right? You're either, hey, 60% of the time I'm just stronger than you, 30% of the time I'm strong enough against you, and 10% of the time I just counter you with something completely random, and that gives you the advantage without being exploitable back. You see that being used in many situations. Baseball, football have picked up those analytics. All right, here we go. A play that will no longer be used on live. Pushing mid together, come over for the 4v2. We see Thresh taking in. They get the teleport, which means that they'll pull their wave out. Missing the Q, not realizing that the minions would step up and block that. So they get nothing for themselves, but they do have a temporary turn for Sylas being here. Now, this is an overstep. BLG, you're not actually allowed to step away from your turret right now. You're going to take a tremendous amount of damage. And Ruler's swapping guns, meaning he's able to get the double spell off. Could have actually gotten more, but it looks like he ran out of mana. And with the flamethrower here against low hit point pools, Aphelios is going to win this lane, which is completely against narrative. Ruler showing the domination here. And this is a very, very bad situation for BLG. Teleport is down. It's gone. Maokai still gets to control the southern quadrant. Sylas is loosely behind, having to buy a second Doran's item and refillable, so going full in on early itemization. It's going to be a while for this champion to get online. Yagao may never get online in this game based on the fact that he's playing against Jayce. Maokai using the sapling is enough to get the minion wave almost... well, I should say not full health, right? You drop it down to 80%, which is enough for an empowered Q from Jayce to take it out. So you see that combination again. You push the wave in, and then you start roaming bottom. This time, though, Vi is in position to help push back. All right, so they say, okay, that's enough of that. We don't want to have to deal with this shit again. So what Jayce does is that, okay, you want to be here? I'm going to get aggressive right on you. And Maokai's going to help again, and now they can afford the same play if they want to, except next time it's going to be with itemization. So the 1300 being spent there. We're going to see Noon Quiver most likely from Aphelios. Although we have seen a rare first Bloodthirster, not really since the changes, making it slightly worse. A little bit of a mistake there from 369, not realizing that he would never be able to get that one. Now Jayce is going to use his resources. Now on, again, pressing to the limit here. Gets the knockback. Thresh was not ready though. If you're quick, that knockback from Jayce is enough for Thresh to land a hook. But Thresh will come back onto the map. Jayce is going to reset. Thresh actually missing an opportunity there. If you step forward for just a moment, you can hold the minion wave and then they will auto into yours. It'll result in a +2 minion advantage for your mid laner. But it comes at the deficit of your AD carry. And since they are ahead down here, Thresh is going to prioritize coming bottom faster. Now this is a crashed wave, so we'll see if we get a 3 versus 2 or a 4 versus 2 gank here. Now in a very rare scenario, Helk hits 5 before Vi. Vi very capable to take Dragon at level 4, one of the best in the game at doing so. But they're going to use this extra wave stack pressure for Vi to get on this. Now, if Maokai gets the read, then this is going to be a fantastic situation for JDG. And they're going to find it. Kanavi snuffing it out means that Vi has to retreat. Now, he's going to enjoy a dragon for himself. Silas has nothing against a Jayce. And so JDG coming over with the late contestation, not enough prio for Zun. And he ends up losing even more time. Just getting level 5 at 7 minutes into the game is very, very late. And JDG is well on their way to another dominant performance. Now, the 1 point of strength for BLG is this Gnar up in the top lane. Gnar will always be strong into Sion, but Sion is just going to offer so much in these fights. You see a flash forward from missing, unable to get the ward. So now they're trying to reach to expand their lead. I don't know that he really needed to do that. He does have Hex Flash though. Was it just Hex Flash? I didn't see. It must have been. Alright, some amount of chunk damage. This is good. Using the Maokai ultimate. Now it's the real one's being used down bottom for them. Now Thresh, anytime you line up, one of the powerful synergies of Maokai and Thresh is that you'll always be able to connect your hook as people are lining up. The problem is the same person who tanks the Maokai ultimate is the same person who wants to tank the hook. So you'll never find a great angle. Sometimes you can walk up to them, flash forward, and flay the entire stack backwards. One of those interactions that you can beat people stacking against Maokai. Sion is another one. Perhaps best is Yone. But anytime that you're going to create that stack, anyone who has line attack abilities is going to be very favored. All right, Gnar using the end of Mega Gnar to try to get an extra hit in, and it works. Again, they're going to do this every single time. If they're about to recall, they will always trade resources, trying to push for the maximum. So good job here by Bin. Sion going for the fake back is actually going to try to shove this wave in. It is a cannon, and he does not have dematerializers, so he does not have access to this right now. On does not get the cannon for themselves. JDG's lead is expanding slightly. They have the dragon. They've added to it. They're up to 600 gold. Vi going for another no prio play here. That's not true. It's not no prio. Jayce is late, coming back from mid. They've pushed up mid and they disappear on the map. At the moment they pass this control ward, which Rakan is doing right now, enemy team would have insight to this, but it is too late. Gnar's there. Sion's not. So they will get themselves the Rift Herald. But JDG will be willing to do that, right? They're going to give up Rift Herald in exchange for real pressure right now. Bad Lantern from Thresh right there means that Ruler's unable to take it. You want to put that, you want to lead them, right? You don't want to put it on top of them or behind them ever because it's too easy to get blocked. And in that case, the body of Rakan was blocking the Lantern, so one misclick becomes an attack instead of a move away. It ends up resulting in Ruler missing their flash. So the expression of the lead, not quite there. JDG not getting the maximum with their advantages. But that said, 17 CS lead, Aphelios versus Xayah, you'll take that. So going into this mid game, they're going to be happy. Jayce up 18 CS, Aphelios up the same amount, but they're down that much combined, just about in the top lane. But here comes the engage. He's just turned mini, which means that they find the angle. He starts retreating from the tendrils of corruption, means that it's very easy for Sion to hit it. And there they go. They catch Bin again. Let's see if they go for points of strength. Maokai ultimate is down. Sion ultimate is down. So BLG has the right to push up into their face down on bottom. What I want to see from JDG is a role swap right now. Go ahead and change to the other lane. No, Thresh saying we can maintain this. I don't like this call at all. All right, now the Herald is going to be dropped. BLG not finding the engage though. All right, they're going to do it with the next wave. They have to, right? There's no way. No, they're just opting to just drop Herald for 1.5 turrets, not getting the maximum for themselves at all here. And JDG comes out big winners in that interaction. Now they're up 1.5k. Sion getting some of that minion back. Now he is only down 16, right? He was down 30 for a moment. So now they've got tremendous leads, building up to 27 in the mid wave. 17 still in bottom, and they're only down by 18 in top. So tremendous advantages, but not just that. Look at Maokai versus Vi. 24 CS. That is a full clear of your entire jungle ahead. There we go. So this is what we were talking about. Once you get the Gnar jump, he's got a predictable spot. You also catch him right when he's catching into mini or swapping into mini form. He'll be exhausted, can't go and Gnar out. Something you can do if you've been there when you're sure that you're going mini, right? Use your ultimate. Just use it. It basically comes back up next time you're Nard anyways. So you use it to create some distance. Perhaps he was trying to create a wave state for himself and didn't want to do it, but here we go. Silas with the ultimate. Maokai's already in position, and this is going to be tough to beat. A Jayce and Maokai composition that also have a gold lead. This seems suicidal from BLG, but they opt for the counter engage, going on to Ruler, and they can't quite get it. The drawback is not going to be there. They peel Elk off of Ruler, and this is a devastating lead. JDG taking everything. It is 4-0. They're also going to have turrets for themselves now with 3 people dead. Expect Ruler to get at least 2 plates here before backing off. Jayce will get 2 plates as well, one already being in position for himself. Doom and gloom being spelled here for BLG. How do they get out of this situation? Well, they're going to have to find one hell of an engage. Silas is going to have to deal maximum damage, going to have to find an avenue to use an AP ability. Engage ability to get on. Rakan will have to find the continuation to knock them into a group, which Gnar will be able to pull them into a wall, and then Xayah can just deal AoE damage. But that is seeming like a pipe dream right now because JDG is so individually strong that they can just isolate these fights in this pattern, and Thresh will excel in those situations. All right, so JDG, let's stay composed, finish strong. I want to see good technique to finish the game. We do see the lane swaps coming in, 1350, so Aphelios and Xayah are centralizing. Gnar will have the split push lead over Sion. That is going to be their point of strength, so I don't expect to see a perfect game here. They should be able to get some action back with the Gnar, but you see the strength here. Ooh, the minions just barely blocking it. That would have been catastrophic for Yagao if they took the full chunk of that Q damage. And Kanavi showing that, yeah, I'm just way stronger than you, dude. I've got full demonic embrace plus boots plus kindle gem. We're just way ahead in this fight. Not only that, but my Jayce is stronger than your continuation will ever be. So Jayce unable to get the last plate, but will get this turret for themselves. Aphelios has been happily chugging away at these waves in mid. And Gnar, here we go. Any amount of strength from their team is going to have to come from this spot right here. Been going for the maximum, pressing every advantage that he can. But the snowball has commenced. Here we're going to see Mirror Mana completed. Probably boots done for Jayce as well. No, okay, didn't have quite enough for Mirror Mana. So he gets the boots and he gets Caulfield's Warhammer. He'll look for the Mana Immune to finish on the next one. Again, you always buy tier first. Let the tier stack. Having the extra AD, Caulfield's not really a good purchase. The rest of that item is pretty bad for itemizing. And so you just get the tier, and then you let it stack up. And a completed Mana Immune versus transformed Mirror Mana, right? Big difference in those items. So you always get tier, you let it stack up, and then you go for the advantage. So if you want to play Jayce, follow what these guys do. Champion is very difficult, but you see it being taken to the maximum. And how they're using it to play inside-out control, right? Jayce winning the mid lane, kind of by default, and then taking his lead to the side lanes, harassing, big QEs, empowered shock blasts, getting into the enemy's face, especially while they're low level. And because mid lane has become the budget build lane, right? You're just not getting as much resources ever since the -1 gold changed to mid lane. Someone like Jayce is actually way more naturally good in mid lane because on low econ, he's happy, right? He's still happy. He's going to get his 2 items. And he's going to get them quickly, and he's still the most impactful champion in the game up to that point. Now, once other champions are getting the 2 items, he'll be a little bit weaker. And we see one of the weaknesses to it, that hard engage can beat him. The flash is not up, though, from Vi, which means that they're not able to continue the fight for themselves. And Knight escapes, and one of the potential ways out of this game to catch one of the people that is boasting this big lead, and as the shutdowns start coming up, BLG needs to find one of those picks and then try to win with a 5v4 despite not having cooldowns. Is basically what it's going to have to come down to. They're going to have to try to win multiple disadvantaged fights unless JDG makes a fairly large mistake. So now 4.5k, the gold lead is expanding. Bin has not been allowed to touch the turrets. They do not want to give the bounties away. They're trying to keep this perfect game. So let's see. If you're BLG and you say, hey, let's hope that their hubris takes over and they over try for a perfect game. They try to shut all the doors. Well, maybe a little smoke and mirrors might be able to buy something for us. Standing off at Dragon would be the opposite of that, though. If they go for a standoff against a team that's ahead of them by 5k, 5-0, multiple turrets, then there's nothing going. And yeah, Vi just gets popped to start off the fight. You get the Maokai engage, and this is a bloodbath. What are you doing, BLG? This is the opposite. We're calling for smoke and mirrors, and instead it's like, no, let's have a heavyweight fight. No dodging, no blocking allowed. You're only allowed to throw punches. Let's see who wins. Well, the guy who's stronger is going to win. You got to outbox him. You got to find a way. You got to do something. Move the tempo over. Get a turret. Get an objective bounty for yourself in the top lane. Nar? Are you kidding me? They allow Bin to get it. And Bin's going to continue being aggressive because they saw Jayce move over to top lane, right? So it continues to be aggressive. If BLG comes back in this game, that will be the moment that is said, like, yeah, the game was right here. Also, there goes the perfect game. Hopefully that takes away JDG's thoughts from getting perfect game and just lets them focus on winning. If they cannot afford another mistake like that. Oh, no. Knight, there's only so many places you can go. They saw that you're not at the turret. Vi's going to get the ultimate. We're going to get to the other side. Q knockback means they're going to get all the continuation damage, and phase rush is not going to get you out of this situation. And back-to-back loose plays from JDG, the first ones we've really seen all tournament, means that they're going to have the advantage coming out on the map right now. 5v4. Now, Bin, sidestepping the Scion ultimate, is going to get hit. He probably wants to get hit while he's Mega, so he's going to jump into the roots to take them early. Also, by doing that specifically, you get rooted during a lot of travel time. So you see how he did that? He jumped in. The entire purpose of that is saying, hey, I'm going to be airborne anyways. At least some of the duration of this route will be when I'm traveling. No harm, no foul into that. Also, you want to make sure to do it while you're Mega and not while you're Mini, so you've got that extra health to boast. But they do end up getting that kill back onto Bin. He does get the turret, so they get the bounties. So now they've collected bounty on Jayce. They got the dragon, bounty on that, bounty on bot turret, and the bounties are still up here. They might go for this one as well, but Knight's showing, yeah, I got to buy and I finished my mirror mana. You are just weaker, and I can take this 2v1. That is how strong I am. That is how strong Jayce is, and he proves that it was folly to overcommit here. Now, if you're BLG, I'm not unhappy with the decision. Say, hey, you know, this is probably one of the better times that we can maybe try to get this outplay. But you probably want to try to counteract, because now what are you going to do? Hullbreaker purchased on Gnar means he definitely does not want to group. And 2 people dead means this Baron goes down for free. So JDG said, okay, all right, that happened. 2.5 minutes of suboptimal play, but look at that engage. Just so much damage up front. 60%. Actually cancels 3 auto attacks there, because Vi's hugging the wall. You're going in and out of vision or out of the edge where the wall's just in between you and the Jayce auto attack. It looks like it's there. It's trying to go. He doesn't get it, but he still ends up having enough for the kill and the continuation. And now you see the look of despair on BLG. If they can come back in this game, I mean, they can't. They have to force a mistake. If you're going to force a mistake, what's it going to be? Sion overcharging, potentially. Jayce overcommitting forward. So they're going to have to do some baiting. They're going to have to move up in front and try to take maximum effects on side waves while enemy team is pushing. Try to get someone to overcommit on a jump, or try to get the whole team to go after a split pusher and have the team ready to knock down turrets in response. What you want to try to do is make this 7K not balloon into 9K, right? If you can actually shrink the lead or keep it at 7K, but make it, let's say, 50,000 versus 57,000, that's much closer of a game than it is right now, where you've got this total where it's so much earlier in the game. 7K is much more relevant. So if you're BLG, you're looking to avoid all fights. I do not like that they're standing off here, but the problem is it's Baron, and the team with Baron, with the lead, has the Baron, which means that they're going to continue at this level. They're not going to dance around. They're going to exacerbate the lead and pronounce their victory to the world here, stepping up. Can you get them to overstep? Maybe get them to try to go for the Pride fountain dives. Here we go. Bait, Rakan. Get hit. No. Get hit by something. Get yourself hit. Let them try to go under turret. This is your best chance of winning. JDG not even going to. No, they are going to try. Knight goes in. QE into flash jump into the team. And congratulations, JDG. You are the MSI champions with a dominant performance. Front to back this tournament, it's worth noting, this team has looked better in a tournament than most teams we have ever seen. Maybe even the best. So will be fascinating to see this super team in summer. They will almost definitely be representing China at Worlds, and can't wait to see them again. Thanks everybody for watching. It was a real pleasure having everybody. As always, keep it surreal. And as a thank you for everybody who watched, go check out gigagamingacademy.com. You can use season 2023 for a code to get a free lesson. We'll be giving free lessons away, and we're giving away 1 scholarship to 1 lucky winner. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps the channel out a lot. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep it surreal. Peace.